We visited Rustico Farm in Quezon City to learn more about aquaponics and how you can set up your own edible garden. Making a self-sufficient home sounds like a dream for most Filipinos today. However, a lot of us living in the metro are faced with dealing with small living spaces, an abundance of high-rise buildings, and a lack of accessible agricultural land. That may not always be the case. Enter aquaponics. What may sound like a technical and modern method actually traces its roots all the way back to traditional paddy fields where we cultivated rice and fish at the same time. Today, deep in the heart of the metro, we found a house with an unusually lush garden filled with herbs and edible plants. We took a look inside and found Rustico Farm, which aims to share their vision of the ideal self-sufficient home by showcasing their modern-day aquaponics setup to Manila's urbanites.
Rustico Farm is actually envisioned as an urban aquaponics farm based in Quezon City. We started last year. However, due to some setbacks, we haven't really started yet with that urban farm. So right now, while waiting for the right time and also preparing for that urban farm, we're actually accepting guests in our home so that people would actually experience having their own edible garden. So we want to share that joy to them in planting, harvesting their own food. We started really as hobbyists in aquaponics. So basically, when you do aquaponics, it's actually a combination of aquaculture and hydroponics, meaning your actual fishes, and then the end product of the fish will actually be something that is beneficial to the plants. So in essence, our plants that is connected to aquaponics will have a 24/7 connection to a more nutrient-rich solution. For aquaponics, actually they have their own ecosystem. So it's as if you're actually mimicking what's nature.
What started as a mere 1 square meter herb garden has consistently grown until it bloomed to what it is today, a full-blown aquaponic system.
This really set up our urban aquaponic farm in Quezon City where the consumers are. So we want to make sure the food source is very near where it will be eaten. So this time we want to make sure that when we harvest today, in a few minutes time, it will be in the restaurants, in the households where it will be consumed.
These days, Precious spends her Sundays giving tours around their urban garden. They accommodate up to 10 guests per visit to make sure that they can share their knowledge of gardening and aquaponics in a friendly and intimate scenario.
Right now, we profit from guests, so we collect fees when they visit us. They have to book before they can come because we can only accommodate 10 persons at a time. We don't want them to dilute the experience, the joy of harvesting your own food and eating it 5-minute stops. We also want them to have a one-on-one with us. It's more interactive, more intimate. But sometimes we actually learn from our guests because most of them would actually have some sort of experience. They just don't have the confidence to actually go for it. It costs 1,000 per head, so that would include a tour. Aside from the usual edible garden, so you also have an idea how an aquaponic system works. We'll have a mini workshop on gardening. So they actually have a take-home plant with them after. So to start really things for them.
Since the inception of Rustico Farm, Precious's passion for urban gardening has continued to grow. What initially started as a seedling has fully blossomed into an attainable goal of educating the metro's urbanite population.
For those living in a smaller space or who think that they don't have the space, there are actually alternatives for you. So the first thing that you'll do is assess your space in your space, because if you have, then you can plant a lot of plants. So you just start with the things that you like to eat so that it will be convenient for you. Also, it's a good push for you to actually go for it. one major advice would be don't lose hope. It's not always your fault. Everything you can actually have to know what the conditions are required for a particular plant. And when something dies, then that's an opportunity for you to start all over again. So patience is important. Start small. Because there are a lot of things you need to learn in doing aquaponics. You have to assess how much you can do of it. Don't start big. Experience is really the key.
Since we've been admiring the lush urban garden that Precious grows with, she invited us on a quick tour to get a better grasp of what makes Rustico Farm a special seedling inside Manila's concrete jungle.
Welcome to Rustico Farm. Now I'm gonna tour you in our edible right here outside our house. We actually intended to plant edible and medicinal plants. So as you can see, we have the moringa, blue butterfly pea. So these are actually our favorite serving our guests for their tea, and also in our salads, calamansi, lemongrass, and if you're familiar with turmeric, so this is how it's look like. So we also have snake jasmine plant. So this used for making teas. Okay, this is our eggplant. So this is ready for harvesting. And ginura procumbens. So we use this for salads. You can also cook with this. And then lemon balm. So that's it for our front garden. So let's go inside. If you have a small space in your house, so this is what we recommended. So you can install some vertical planters and also some containerized garden plants. So here it's a combination of herbs and some ornamental indoor plants because in this area we have limited sun. So now this is our aquaponic setup. It's a semi-commercial setup that we have basil, kangkong, and then here we have lettuces. This unit's been with us for more than 2 years already. So we've already harvested a lot from this. So this is the main fish tank for our aquaponic system. We have red tilapia here. We actually sell some of our red tilapias aside from eating them. So roughly we have around more than 100 for this particular tank. Then we have other tanks alongside the house. So the red tilapia is actually ready within 6 to 8 months.
It must be nice to develop a sustainable, organic, farm-to-table lifestyle that comes with the freshest ingredients. And it's also reassuring to know that the first step to achieving this goal is available right here in the middle of the city. And finally, we sat down with a good food community.